Hey everybody, it's Ellis from Daily Motor. Welcome to the live drive of the Volkswagen ID.4. It's going to be kind of exciting because I am passionate about EVs. We like EVs here at Daily Motor. This is an all-new model for Volkswagen. And yeah, so we're just sorting out some stream things right now.
It's not starting.
Well, it'll probably take 30 seconds or so.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Just kidding, I just wanted to make a new stream because we did drop down to 720p streaming today, just to hopefully eliminate a little bit of the buffering, so it's not going to be quite as crisp, but hopefully when we go through some of the sections where signal's not quite as strong, you all still have a good connection. So, Volkswagen's ID.4, not their first fully electric vehicle. They had the e-Golf for a long time, which was actually a pretty darn good vehicle. It was essentially just a Golf with a battery and electric motors, and it works nicely. This is quite different. This is a full electric vehicle platform, and it certainly has some quirkiness, some pros, and also some sleepy parts. So, not only are we going to be going around, driving, looking around, talking about the ID.4, but right over there we have our standard range Tesla Model Y as well. So if there are any things you all would like to know compared to that car, we've got them right there. We might even go out and do a little bit of driving in both and kind of compare and contrast the differences. Now, this car is about $45,000. Our Tesla, when we bought it, was about $42,000. Now, they don't offer the standard range Model Y anymore. The cheapest Model Y you can get is about $52,000. So, had that model still been available, it would have absolutely blown the ID.4 away, but it isn't. So, gotta kind of consider that, if you will. So, we're gonna be checking your comments here in just a few minutes, but we'll start with a little bit of a walk around. I've heard mixed things about the design of the ID.4. I kind of like it. I will say the front end is quite frump. It's just a very dramatic drop off, very squarish. Some people think it's I think it's kind of cute, kind of quirky. What do you think, Liz?
I think it looks like yeah, it looks like I'm blanking on the name. Chrysler van that you really love.
Oh, the Pacifica?
It looks like a Pacifica. It looks like a smaller one.
Yeah. This is a 100% fake grille because electric vehicles don't need grills. That's just a design piece, if you will.
This one down here.
Yeah, that looks like...
That's there.
Yeah, that might be a radiator. It's probably for air conditioning.
I see. Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. I do like this blue. I think that looks handsome. I like the white accents. I think that looks a little more quirky, and this chrome roof rails are nice as well. Door handles are not real door handles. They just pull a button and it pops open, so they're nice and flush. It's honestly a much easier way of going about it than Tesla's silly push in with your thumb and pull out things that if you got nothing in your hands it works, but if you don't know how to use a door or that kind of door handle, if your hands are full or tough, this you can even just get a pinky and pull it out. So I do like
really
that.
Nice. And with Tesla's door handles, I'm left-handed, so it's extra awkward.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
Okay. Coming around the back, I think it's attractive as well, although I did notice this.
Oh. Oh my gosh.
Fairly loose
Panel right there.
Yeah, that's not fantastic, but
that'll pop right off.
You know, cars, they have things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the name's kind of silly because no one's going to put the dot. Everyone's just going to search for ID.4. No one's going to use the period. So I don't think you should ever have ambiguous naming, things like that. People got to.
Yeah.
You should. Mustang to their credit for with the Mustang Mach-E, like it's Mach and then E. Although some people put a hyphen in there, I don't know if you're supposed to. So some weird things like that. But let's pop this open. You can see a fairly decent sized trunk. I don't know the exact like cubic foot measurements, but I'm pretty sure it's almost dead on with a Toyota RAV4. You do have some underfloor, and I found earlier a little bit of underfloor.
Oh.
So you do have that storage well. Alyssa and I were kind of complaining about the lack of a storage well earlier, but you do have this, so that's nice. You can put double things in there.
Yeah. In our Tesla, that is my favorite compartment.
Yeah, I do love the storage well underneath there.
Yeah.
Down. Let's well, this is actually, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do this because I found earlier while doing the sound test that the car shuts off anytime it doesn't sense weight in the driver's seat. So I'll show you here real quick. Typically, Alyssa and I get in the back. We talk about the back of the car, but it's pretty hot. It's about 90 degrees outside. I was hoping to fire up the AC. But if I get in, everything comes to life. I can put my foot on the brake and we get the drive thing coming to life. So let me get climate going. I'm gonna put climate way up. And then if I go to get in the back, it's my prediction it's gonna turn off. Let me see. Okay, so it did turn off. Is it gonna turn back on now that I'm sitting in here? I don't know. Is the climate's not running. So I don't know, also I can't open the, I don't know how to turn the climate control on when no one's sitting in the driver's seat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
Passenger seat?
No, it has to be the driver's seat. There has to be, is this enough weight to put in the driver's seat? Let me see. Nope. So let's at least get the windows down in the back, and that's kind of interesting as well because you see there's only 2 window switches, and so if I do this one, it's just doing the fronts, so I got to press this rear button and then do the rears. If you want to do them all at the same time, you can hold that rear button down. I don't know how long, but then it flashes and it'll do all the windows at once. To the back. Tons of room back here.
There is a lot of room, actually.
Yeah.
Don't have this little hump back here either.
Right. Yeah, no drivetrain components going through there. Some nice vents that'll blow right up at you, although it's not going to help a baby much, a bit like in a car seat.
Right.
But
it's gonna get hot, especially with this giant but beautiful.
Yeah, panel roof.
Panel roof. Yes.
I don't think it blocks quite as much UV as the Tesla roof, but it's got a shade, which is very nice to have because there are times that I just don't want the panoramic sunroof open in our car, and there's no shade for it. So,
right.
Yeah.
Except a hat.
So who do we got in the comments today?
We have Deshaun Lovell says first.
Ooh, on it.
And he was at 3:27.
Very punctual.
Moran, Joshua, and Yase. Hey.
Hey guys, good crew.
Nasser Hamoud Ramp 1097 Games says hi.
Hello.
And wow.
Ow.
Savik says, I thought Volkswagen wanted people to compare it to the RAV4 or a CR-V.
Well, that's fair, but those are both
not EV cars.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a lot more expensive than a RAV4. I mean, this one's 45 grand, unless you're getting a RAV4 Prime.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's fair, but you can't ignore the fact that for just a few extra $1,000, you can get yourself a Model Y.
Yeah.
Especially if the tax credit comes back for Tesla, that's gonna be a game changer.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh look, a little pocket up here. That's kind of cool.
Kind of neat.
Yeah, I'm putting my phone in that. I like that a lot.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't see that.
No, you don't see that very often. And then you
have these other ones too.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
I like that.
Okay. Kyle's asking if you like his truck content.
I did. That thing sounded good.
Really?
Yeah, that
Very
5.3
cool.
in that truck. It was neat.
Nice. I accidentally hid his comment, didn't mean.
Oh.
He says, I'm learning how to do it and it's not real fluent yet.
Yeah, you know, a lot goes into video editing, so it's and you know, you got extra hurdles to get through, Kyle. So I'm impressed you even do the video streams and stuff, the live streams.
Yeah. Yas asks, isn't there an engine on button on the steering column?
Oh, there is. You're right. I forgot about that, Yas. Good call. Oh, nothing happens. There we go. I guess I just had to press it with more authority. Nice. Yas already coming in clutch. Oh, we need to have an inspection performed. That's unfortunate.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't think I've ever heard of cars having to do that.
All right, let's get some. Now we got some AC going.
Yep, starts up the HVAC. Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
And Joshua is asking if the ID.4 comes with a heat pump.
You know, I should know that, but I don't. I'm fairly certain it does. I'd be kind of blown away if it doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're caught up.
Good deal.
Yeah. Oh, that air feels good. It's hot out today.
Yeah. Toasty. Well, let's hop up to the front.
Okay, this is a double. To get out of here, it's a double.
Yeah, you have to like pull it once to unlock it and then pull it again to actually open it. It's a bit unnecessary. There are a few unnecessary things in this car. Oh, I like how your purse fits in the door over there. That's neat.
That is super nice, actually. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I left my phone back here.
In the little pocket.
So I can read the receipt. Oh man, our stream health isn't even good right now. What's the deal, man? This hotspot used to be good, and now we're not having great luck with it. So I guess we should get out of here. We'll get somewhere else. Here's the key. It's a piano black key, which I find pretty bold of Volkswagen. It feels nice initially, but I expect that thing to look scratched up by the second year of ownership.
There we go. All right.
Here's the shifter.
That shifter is so weird.
Yeah.
It is so weird. Look at it. It's an extension of this tiny makeshift gauge cluster thingy. And it's like, can I do it again?
Yeah.
It's just like that. I've never seen anything like it like that.
Yeah. They're
crazy.
Trying to be different and doing a decent job at it.
Yeah.
I am digging the white steering wheel. Again, bold move on Volkswagen's part.
That is really pretty and I do like that.
I just hope it's going to look good for a long period of time, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Do you need to get that?
Nope.
All right. One thing that's awesome about the ID.4 is the turning radius. It's so tight. So I'm going to go into a standard size parking spot right here, and then I'm going to do a full lock turn. Look at that, within 2 widths of a parking spot.
That is pretty cool.
I mean, that's just 1 and then 2, and I was able to completely turn around. The only downside is the steering ratio is a little slow, so I've found that as I'm going around 90-degree turns, I have to make like 1 whole turn of the steering wheel plus some, and if you're just driving with one hand, that can get difficult. But yeah, this, I like the car overall. There are a few face palms. I wish they had gone a little bit more conservative with it, and what I mean by that is just made it a standard Volkswagen. For example, I drove the new 2022 Volkswagen Taos, which is their new smaller SUV, earlier this week, and it was immediately familiar. It was just a car. It was like, oh, here's everything. It's just, the infotainment was straightforward, all the controls were straightforward. It's just an easy to use, easy to drive car. This, not so much. And I know they're trying to be different and funky, but I just wish it were a little bit more normal Volkswagen.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then the price is steep in my eyes. I would get a Mach-E over this, and I'd get the Model Y over this, but hey, choice is a good thing. That's the most important thing to remember.
Competition.
Yeah. Competition drives everybody to do better. We got comments?
Yes, we have comments. Amaran says, I think that's Volkswagen cutting costs at its finest. Why doesn't it just have the actual button for rear window control?
No. Yeah, Moran, when Chris Brower and I first got in this car, we were on this same road actually that we're about to turn onto, so we're doing 55, and I wanted to put the windows up. Well, when we got the car from the company, it was on rear. And so I'm pushing the buttons. I'm like, why are the rear windows being controlled but not the front? How do I do the front windows? And it took 2 car guys. We had to pull off the road about 5 minutes later and actually stop and analyze and realize, oh, I have to push that button. And it's not a click button, it's like a touch sensitive button that you just hold your finger there for a second.
Is there any haptic movement with it?
None. It's just like a almost, yeah, I don't know, can you do it with gloves on? I need to try that. What? I accidentally. Also, I don't know if I think the TOFER's put up at least his first review on this car. He got so angry about all the haptic controls in this car, and I see that too, because like, I just accidentally put my finger on this touch voice button, and it's prompting. Go away. Leave.
Wow.
Stop.
You gotta press that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah, he was quite...
He said, get this...
frustrated.
Yeah.
Angry.
Get this car out of here.
Yep. Yeah, that would be really frustrating too. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about the windows.
Oh. Moran said, like, why can't they just have 2 extra switches?
Right. I forgot what I was gonna say, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yao says the US version doesn't get the heat pump.
Really? Now that surprises me. That seems like cost cutting as well, because the heat pump makes a very significant difference for people in cold weather climates when the EVs they're hindered to begin with because of battery chemistry. So you got to kind of do everything you can to make range longer in the cold temps. So for them not to put a heat pump in there is kind of bonkers. And I'm no engineer, but I was under the impression that a heat pump and an air conditioner can kind of work in reverse. Like you can have the heat pump can function as an AC in the summer and then function as a heat pump in the winter. Am I oversimplifying that, guys? Somebody probably knows the answer to that. Is there... Can this go? Okay, so.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. It can go in the middle too. Okay. Josh says the shifter looks similar to the ones from the LC500 drive mode selector.
You're right. It is in a similar position. That's a good observation.
Huh. Nice.
I don't mind the shifter. The only thing I do mind is the one pedal driving aspects of this car. It doesn't have true one pedal driving, so it won't take you to a full stop. And even just to get into that mode, you have to click the shifter twice. The first time you put it into gear, it just goes into drive, and that's just no regen whatsoever. So you see my foot's off the pedal and it's just
and
coasting.
We're still going.
Yeah. So you have to do it twice to get into B to make it the regen happen.
I see.
It's unnecessary. The Chevy Bolt is that way too.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I imagine that they're like, oh, well, we just want to make it more, we want to make it easier for people to go from normal driving to one pedal driving, and thinking that people are just going to be like, how do I change it? I don't know how to change it.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah, just making it easier. I love one pedal driving, so having it that accessible is not necessary for me.
I think it's kind of neat that Tesla said, you guys, you're going to drive it this way. If you're going to drive a Tesla, it's going to be like this. So
right, yeah. Well, they were pretty much the market creator for that. Okay, Nick is asking how the screen response rate and resolution are comparing to the Model Y and the E. Mach-E.
It's much more on par with the Mach-E. The resolution, the Tesla screen is best when it comes to resolution. And responsiveness, I hate that. I hate how it locks you out of certain things while you're driving. That infuriates me. But responsiveness is probably worse than the Mach-E as well. You got those loading things.
Yeah. Let's see, data. Okay. Oh, this car also makes really crazy sounds, and we'll have to get out and move it around and show you guys.
Yeah.
It's just so extra with its sounds.
That's a good way to put it. That is a side-by-side driving on the street up here.
Really?
Yeah. Straight up like a large four-seater side-by-side. Let's see if we can...
It is! Oh my, it is huge!
It's got a plate and everything. That's awesome.
Oh my
it's street legal.
That thing is huge.
The TOPher would be so jealous.
He would be.
That's awesome.
Oh, it's a lady driving it too. She's going to work.
That's so awesome.
Nice.
I don't know if I want to give her a thumbs up or not.
I don't want to seem like I've been looking at her.
Oh, there's a kid in the back.
There's like a 12-year-old in the back. That's awesome.
That's really cool. I want that now. New goal.
Well,
sell my motorcycles, get a street legal side-by-side.
Sell your motorcycles, huh?
It's got street tires on it too. That's awesome.
Well, you have a partnership practically with Honda. Yeah. And working on one with Yamaha. So.
Yeah, they won't let us make them street legal. So we have to buy them first because they won't endorse it.
Well, I guess I get that.
Yeah. All right.
There it goes.
Skirt time. This thing is rear-wheel drive. I have not found a way to shut the traction control off. There might be one, but it does scoot. It's fairly neutral.
Not quite 60 on that, but...
Yeah, but it probably could have done it if I really pushed it.
I thought you already were.
How do I just turn the cruise control on? There we go.
It's interesting. It has the normal cruise control settings that any normal car would.
Right.
Yeah.
The active lane keeping is garbage, as we'll demonstrate here in a moment.
There we've got lines.
I'm going to take my hands off the wheel, give it a few seconds to give it an opportunity to catch the lines, and
doing nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, it tried a little bit, you see.
Oh my gosh, that actually scared me.
Put it on the steering wheel. The camera on the steering wheel. So it'll go like a little bit of turn, but not
terrifying.
Really. Yeah.
No, do not. Does not. Does it say that it has active lane keep assist or just?
Well, it's probably just like a lane assist. That's probably what they call it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't work. The Pittsburgh Man says hello, hello.
Hey, Pittsburgh Man.
Pitty Man.
Pitty boy.
Joshua John says, does the ID.4 have any kind of Tesla rivaling autonomous driving systems? We just talked about that.
Well,
absolutely none.
You got adaptive cruise control. That's about it.
It's about as adaptive as I am to camping. Not adaptive. I don't like camping.
I should mention our donation attempts today. We're obviously not spending nearly as much money on gas today as we were on the M3 earlier this week. Thank you for those. But if we do reach $5, we'll put Alyssa behind the wheel. I'm curious what her thoughts are on the car. So that's just $2.50 on the Cash App. Just helps us pay for the electricity and being out here. And then we do have our Tesla Model Y back at the parking lot. So we'll probably grab that and do some comparing here soon. I think at $10, I can't remember if it was 10 or 20.
20.
I'll take this thing off-road. I don't care. It's an SUV, right? Should be able to go off-road.
Right. What is that thing?
It's a Charger.
Oh. It had a little... Oh, its sunroof is open. That's why I couldn't tell what was going on with it.
The ride is quite good in this car.
I have noticed that is nice.
Yeah, it's just kind of like standard car good.
Yeah.
The only reason the ride in the Model Y gets harped on is the damping is really strong. So it feels very like, ooh. It's always like bouncing you right back up.
Yeah.
It's made for like performance-y sort of driving, and I don't agree with that decision. I think it should just be made for everyday driving, but whatever.
I wonder what Yasa is referring to, but he says that's why they're giving you 3 years of free charging at Electrify America chargers.
Could be any of the complaints we've had so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Moran is asking if the voice assist is as annoying as Mercedes.
Oh, I think what he's probably referring to is in the Mercedes cars, if you just say, hey Mercedes, it pops up and starts coming at you, which happened to me yesterday while I was driving the new Jaguars. I was talking about the sound system, and I said some blah, 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 blah Jaguar, and it popped up and interrupted my music. Let's see. I don't think this detects voice. Volkswagen. Hey, Volkswagen. Hey, ID.4, you dumb car. Listen up. Yeah, I don't know. What can you do with it? Can you do... Set the climate control to 60 degrees.
It's loading.
All right.
All right. Did it?
I mean, I guess 60 is low.
Is it though? No, that's 60.
Whatever. Set it to low.
This is kind of interesting. You can show this smart climate. So you can do things like, I want warm feet, and click warm feet.
Ooh, I actually like that.
Or I want cool feet, so do that. Or quick cooling, or fresh air, or clear view.
I actually like that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of neat.
Yeah, in the wintertime, my feet get really cold when I drive.
Right. It's just a layman's way of saying, like, turn the air down to here.
Yes, it is.
But it packages it all together, which I get. That's a gimmick that I could get behind. Like, that's
I mean,
fair.
it seems like it's like a really quick way to do the climate so that you don't have to select one of these as well as the temperature.
Yes. No, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think I'm all for gimmicks that make ownership smoother and better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of them.
I would use that all the time.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. The Pittsburgh Man wants us to do an exhaust clip.
Ah, cute.
He says that it would be better than a Hellcat.
I don't know if any of you tuned into our live drive of the Model Y when we had Nathan in the car, but every time Nathan would go full throttle, Alyssa's head would get yanked back and forth. And I've been going full throttle like 3 times in this stretch, and the first time she didn't even notice it.
Yeah, because it's not like...
Yeah. It's kind of like that from a stop because of the instant torque, but it's not very fast.
Yeah, no, this is not as fast at all.
Right. Skirt.
Well, okay, that one was a little bit, but you just said from a stop.
And 60.
Joshua is asking if we've seen the Audi Q4 e-tron built to the same platform as the ID.4.
I think that'll be good. I mean, this is a good platform. This is what Volkswagen's planning on using for a whole bunch of their electric vehicles, and yeah, I have no problems with the driving aspects of this car. It's a little slow, but it's not slow for the type of car it is. It's slow compared to other EVs that are around a similar price.
Yeah.
Like if we were just comparing this to a like a Volkswagen Tiguan or Taos or something, it was very snappy, very fast.
Yeah.
I like the materials. I know they're kind of cheap. Like this is obviously just plastic, but they made it kind of a smooth, nice plastic. It's similar to the Chevy Bolt.
It's so much like the Chevy Bolt.
Yeah.
It looks like it.
It's a
like
slight. I mean, this is a little nicer than the Bolt.
Yeah.
But like this sort of material and down here and all that, it's very Bolt-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The white and black and gray contrast is very Bolt-like in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That thing looks so spaceship and futuristic on the inside. And it's really cool. They do it really well.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of just like, oh, we're another EV, so let's do what the EVs do and have, you know,
right,
matte contrasting color interiors. Okay. The Thepittsburgh Man says, for an electric car, you'd think it would have better driver safety features.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I do think it's really surprising. But whatever. Subik says traction control should be somewhere in the menu. It's not.
That's not helpful.
No.
You can make that more specific for me. It's probably. Can I do it while I'm moving? Or wait, no, it's not. Settings.
Probably not.
I can't even access the settings menu while I'm driving.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Infuriating. There are drive modes. Eco, Comfort, and Sport, but Sport literally feels no different than Eco.
It really doesn't. There is no difference.
The one thing they didn't do that kind of surprises me is they didn't make any sort of like sporty drive sound like the Mustang.
I'm kind of glad that they didn't.
You can't hear the drive motor at all, I noticed. In the Tesla, you like take off and then you hear that word. Yeah. So for better or for worse.
Yeah.
I don't mind it being quiet.
We don't have a window sticker in this. We don't have a
No, but
Monroney.
pretty sure all the first edition cars are built the same. It's like 46 grand. Wait, what was there something specific they wanted to know?
Where it's assembled.
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's down in their plant in Virginia or something. I don't know.
Okay.
No, maybe I'm getting that confused with the Taos. I don't know.
Okay. Sorry.
Ron probably does. Or Ellis.
Anyone with a computer.
Yeah, that's fair. Could also check the VIN. The VIN will tell us at least what country it was manufactured in.
Oh, cool. Okay. Ooh, Mohammed says hi.
Hi, Mohammed. These 4 p.m. live drives are for you, buddy.
Yep. Wes Andrade is asking if the car offers any driving assistance. No.
Not really. I mean, it's got adaptive cruise and a very, very rudimentary lane assist. It's not like a semi-autonomous driving steering or anything.
Yeah,
it just definitely goes, and then gives up.
You definitely do not want to take your hands off the wheel.
Right.
With that on.
You know what it does have that beats the Tesla though?
Huh.
What a concept, right?
Right.
Although, honestly, our auto wipers have been pretty good lately. There's an update that's made them better in the Tesla. If it starts raining, wipers just come on.
Yeah.
So.
It didn't do that before?
It did, but it's just gotten better.
Oh,
like it's
okay.
it's not been as so dramatic.
I have noticed when we have a little bit of rain and I get in my car and the car's been sitting in the rain, the wipers will go crazy.
Like, get the water off me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But it hasn't rained since the update, and I haven't driven it since then either, so extensively. Anyways. Alright. The Pittsburgh Man's comment.
Okay.
No Zarif and his love of cars today.
Aw, shucks. I'm sure he'd love this car.
At least not yet. Hopefully he doesn't watch this after the fact. Oh, that's funny. He's just a very enthusiastic car lover that just wants us to know he. Alright.
How did our signal just grenade right there?
I don't know.
I don't know why this lot in particular. It's like
a cursed lot.
Right. Maybe it gets like, maybe there's a different cell phone provider right there and it just like blats it out.
Yeah, that thing's not gonna kill signal, is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, because our signal's not fantastic, how about, do you want to take the Tesla and we'll both go over to the lot by the airport?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to film?
Yeah, I'll film.
Okay.
You might want to get your climate started on the Tesla. We'll do a little bit of a walk around real quick.
Good idea.
Thanks, Yas, for the reminder that there is a on button right here so I can keep my climate going. Let's just open this up for her. Such a crisp interior.
Wait.
What?
Come over here. That's for Deshaun Lovell.
First.
He commented first.
Nice. Let's get the climate going. There's no max AC option. Oh, well, I guess you could just do auto. And then that's gonna max it. No cooled seats in the Tesla, so that's unfortunate, but not in the Volkswagen either. They're just pointing out, Tesla, that you should have cooled seats. So we're gonna go where our signal's a little better and do a little comparison on these bad boys. Okay. Oh, our signal's actually not too bad right now. What I'm gonna do is bring up the video. Make sure volume's all the way down. And then at least when I'm stopped, I can see your guys' comments. Yeah, Wes, I would take the Mach-E over this. I think Volkswagen's, everyone's got to start somewhere, whether you're talking about Jaguar and its I-Pace or Volkswagen here in the ID.4, although they did already have the e-Golf before. EVs are the future, especially for commuter cars, and everyone's got to get their hands wet, or feet wet, hands dirty, however you want to put it, and make it happen. So this is Volkswagen making it happen, and it's got merits, don't get me wrong. It's just, for this price, I don't like how the one pedal driving doesn't work super well. You have to use the brake pedal still. That's an appeal to me of EVs that this doesn't have. Things aren't as intuitive in this vehicle as other cars. I liked the Mach-E quite a bit. I prefer the Tesla, but I could 100% see if someone prefers the Mach-E, be like, oh yeah, no, I get that, it's a great car. I would be surprised for someone to pick an ID.4 over a Mach-E or a Model Y at the same price. Now, don't get me wrong, if Volkswagen dealer's giving you an ID.4 for like 36 grand and then you got the tax credit and everything, then yeah, go for the ID.4, that's fine, I get it. But dollar for dollar, both the Ford and Tesla are better, and I would honestly probably take a Bolt over this too. Let's see if we can pull out Game Strong. Also, you just can't drive this thing spiritedly. It's slow. Comparatively, at least. Yeah, live drives would be a lot more boring if it weren't for Alissa doing comments. Although some of you tuned into the live drive of my motorcycle, live ride, if you will, and I had the comments pulled up there and I could actually see them pretty well. So if I were gonna do this long term, I'd have the phone mounted right here so I could see your comments, but gotta have at least one hand on the wheel. What do we have here? I think in-car settings, you swipe left and you should see a setting for the brakes. Okay. Well, we'll take a look at that here when we get stopped. Just another minute or so, we'll have better signal and can compare with the Model Y. I'm full throttle right now. And it's full regen. Yeah, this thing peters out at highway speeds. So ask any sort of questions you'd like to see with this compared to the Y. We can get to those here in just a moment. I do think they dialed in the chassis and suspension really well in this car. So as Volkswagen can continue to bring the prices down of their EVs, and by Volkswagen I mean the entire VW auto group, so Audi and Porsche as well, as they can continue to get the prices down and the range up and put more power into this, this will be a great little car because the chassis is there. Oh, jump start time. Alright, let's get this over here. And park. Button on the end. What do we got for comments? Alright, in car settings you swipe left and then you should see a setting called brakes. Do you mean vehicle right here? Because there is a brake setting, I think, right there. Anti-roll function. No, that's just for in neutral, I think. Yeah. Always ask when neutral is selected. Blah, 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 blah. In your opinion, what's your favorite sound system you've tested? I would say it's a mix between the GX460 and the Lexus system, that Lexicon, the GLS's Burmester, or what was it? Oh, all the Volvo systems like the Bowers and Wilkins and the Volvos. According to Wikipedia, 2021 ID.4 was built in Germany and 22 is being produced in Chattanooga. Oh, interesting. Cool. Okay. Pittsburgh Man, motorcycle live drive was fun. I agree. Should I lease a Model X or Model 3 so I can adapt myself to EV by the time my Model S comes? No, Moran, you've driven enough cars. You'll be used to it quite quick. I mean, if you're bored, then go for it. But you've got, How can you be bored when you've got a car that can go 910? Or that's the horsepower. Still, yeah. You've got enough things to drive. If you want an EV, go for it. But
they're not that hard to adapt to.
No.
No, it's very fun.
Right. I will say I have a buddy who bought a 2018 Model 3 when they were new and owned it until yesterday, put like 30,000 miles on it and sold it for 90% of his original purchase price, which is pretty bonkers. Yeah. Mohammed, I'm so excited for the new F-150 Lightning. What is your opinion on the new Ford? Is it going to be not promising like the Mustang Mach-E? I think the Mach-E is promising. I know I was a little harsh on it in my reviews, but that was just comparing it to what you can get from Tesla. I think in itself, and compared to the other EVs on the market, the Mach-E is quite good. And I think the F-150 Lightning is going to be really good as well. I do wish you could get a 6.5 foot bed, or at least somewhat longer. Oh, the Volkswagen thing just came up.
Did you press anything?
No.
I didn't press anything either.
I don't know what the keyword was.
Well, you were talking about everything except anything
Wait a moment, please.
No, just go away.
Search for points.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that. So it kind of like, I don't know, it blends in for me.
It does.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think the F-150 Lightning is going to be awesome. I wish I had a longer bed option, but I mean, and you're going to lose a lot of that range when you're towing, that's for sure. But what? Why are you beeping?
It beeped.
I would still take a Cybertruck, but
ooh, it's gonna be so fun. on.
I totally understand that the Cybertruck is not for everyone. It looks really weird.
And when is it going to come out? When is it going to be done?
They should be able to start delivering later this year. And the F-150 won't be till next year. But it's Tesla, so they'll probably push it back.
Yeah, see.
Can you do an Apple Maps EV routing review? That's a good question. We should try that sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Apple Maps had that. Because we use Google Maps.
Got it, yeah. Can I have the water, please?
Yes, I'll let you keep doing comments.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's hop out here in a second after we eat a little bit of water and do a little bit of comparing between the two.
Thoughts on the Acura TLX Type S?
It's pretty good. TOPher said it drove awesome, and the normal Acura TLX, TLX was really good, so that doesn't surprise me.
Cool.
Yeah. Why?
I still can't get out of here.
Sometimes you have to like crank on this door handle to get it to unlock. Oh, a little walk around of the ID.4. For any of you who didn't catch it at the beginning, look at this light bar. It's not inspiring. Volkswagen quality right there. Also, this is something that seems subtle, but is really nice. The fact that in the Tesla, this thing is automated, is powered, because you would be surprised how easy it is to leave this charging flat open when you unplug it and go to get in your car. Even the guy who delivered the car to us on Monday showed up and this was open.
Jeez.
Yeah, but in Tesla,
So he drove
on the highway like that.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah. He said he noticed it in the rearview mirror, but he wasn't about to stop in the highway. The Tesla is definitely a more futuristic-y sort of look. I get why some people are uncomfortable with it not having a grille, at least on the top.
Yeah.
But
The face of the Tesla does look really weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I've grown to like it. I think I like the headlights specifically on the Tesla.
They're very sleek, but
Yeah.
that just makes the Tesla so noticeable, and this one in particular being white, that much more noticeable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you want to be noticed in an electric vehicle, you buy a Tesla. Everyone's like, oh, no way, it's a Tesla.
I've gotten people,
It happens
when
a lot.
I'm driving around, they're just like, how do you like your Tesla? And I'm like, I like it.
Right, whereas I don't think many people are even going to know what this is.
They're going to know, okay,
It's just
that's
a Volkswagen.
I don't know which one that is. They have like 4 SUVs now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's actually put them next to each other. I'll move them around. You can film it.
Okay, cool.
Grab my phone. The key to the car.
Another thing that's interesting is that the Volkswagen actually has its own key fob, when the Tesla has, I mean, you can use your, is more traditional, like a more traditional car than an EV, even though it is an EV. So it's interesting. Yeah, Paul, it does. The Tesla looks like it's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, a surgical mask. And it's also in a white straitjacket. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you. I've said that myself before. All right. Yeah, Mohammed says the Cybertruck is like, it's from a different planet. And apparently when the world ends, it's gonna be like the ultimate escape vehicle, because it's like bulletproof, I don't know about rust proof, but you know, solid metal on the sides. That is amazing. And it's gotta be so heavy for that too. It's built for Mars, William. Yep. Elon is just obsessed with going to Mars. That's all he wants. Cool. Another thing this Volkswagen ID.4 doesn't have is a frunk. Oh, wait, it does?
No.
Oh.
It's just a hood.
You can open it.
Yeah.
Oh. That's where they put the batteries.
Well, it's like the drive. I don't even actually, the drive unit you'd think would be in the rear. So I don't know what exactly that all is for. Air conditioning stuff, maybe. I don't
It's
know
a
why it
lot
has
of
to take
air
off.
conditioning space.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, on the Tesla, you see we keep, like Alissa keeps her dirty boots in a bag, but also in this trunk. And we've put all sorts of stuff in there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just an extra spot to store things.
Yeah.
What else? Are there any comments I need to answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Ron said I did test drive the 2020 Model X. Because of that, I want to do it for a 3 to 4. I want to do it for over 3 to 4 months to see how I can adapt to the charging with superchargers.
Well, yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Model S is gonna have a longer range, so that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wes is asking if it's better to wait for the Mach-E GT than buying a Mach-E now.
Well, only if you really, really, really need performance, because the normal Mach-E is quite fast. Just like this is the slowest Tesla they make, and it's still...
It's amazingly fast.
Yeah, it's faster than, you know, like a hot hatch sort of deal. I mean, it feels really peppy, so...
Yeah.
I wouldn't wait for the GT. I mean, it's still gonna be heavy, so... Buy yourself a normal Mach-E and a Miata.
There you go. What's the difference between a Mach-E and a Mach-E GT?
It's gonna be faster and better handling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe look a little more aggressive.
Okay. Ooh, Danny is asking a really good question.
Okay.
Other than obviously the Tesla, what's your favorite EV? So what would be number 2?
Chevy Bolt.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like it's the best or anything. I just think it's a great value, and I think it's kind of underrated. People don't pay attention, but like the Bolt was the granddaddy. It was in 2017 when it came out. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is going to change everything. And then no one really pays attention to the Bolt anymore, but it's still a good EV, and you can get them for a crazy good deal. Yeah. What other EVs do I like? Well,
we were talking about actually how much you could probably get a brand new Bolt for.
Yeah, you can get a brand new Bolt for well under 30 grand right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And their originally MSRP is like at 40.
Well, the top level ones.
Top level ones is like at 40, but because, especially with the year prior, they have so many because they made so much.
Yeah. And
no one's buying them, so you can get them for like 15 grand less than what it's actually listed for.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of money on the hoods of those.
Yeah.
You can keep doing comments.
Okay, cool. What do you think of the build quality of this compared to the Tesla?
I think the Tesla's better, and that's, I mean, I think I can say that without ownership bias. I mean, really, I know people have had issues with panel gaps and paint and things like that in Model Is, but we have not had an issue with this car. Like, the biggest thing was I just had to adjust a few of these little nubs to get the hatch thing to fit a little closer.
It took you 30 minutes in an afternoon.
Right, yeah. And we've had that with Kias before. I mean, that's a fairly standard thing, but we have not had any issue. I mean, look at, the panel gaps are very even. I suppose the worst one I could point out was, where is it? I think our frunk is maybe a little closer on this side than it is on this side. It sits a little lower, but I mean, this...
It still functions well, and it closes and it opens.
Yeah. With the ID.4, again, everything is really solid. The doors are really solid. The interior feels a little bit cheaper than the Model Y, and then there was this thing that I pointed out. Well, this button feels a little cheap. A lot of the buttons feel cheap, but then this whole...
That's worse than anything that you could find on the Tesla.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, that just so happens to be our Tesla, and that just happens to be this ID.4. I'm sure there are certain Tesla owners that could come and show us 5 things that are squeaky and loose. Yeah. So, yeah.
That would probably be the same age and type as ours.
Right. Yeah. But what you guys got to remember is Tesla has really minimized how much goes into the production of their cars. So the more models they make, it's very few different parts, it's very few different manufacturing processes, so they're going to continue to get tighter and better built. Cool. Whereas Volkswagen's had, what, 80 years to get it right, and they still have quality issues. So...
Okay, now what about Tesla and Mach-E's build quality?
The Mach-E's build quality was really good. Yeah. I would put it's par or above the Tesla.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Yep. There were a few parts that were a little squeaky on it, but it was better than your standard Ford. Yep.
Yeah, that was a really good one. All right, cool. When's my next manual lesson? Next time we get a manual car, which is going to be, what, that M4?
Yeah, we do have a manual car coming next week. I don't know if Alissa will drive it, though. We'll see.
It's probably too powerful for...
It would be a lot more, but... Yeah. Excuse me. Maybe we can put it in like a calm drive mode or something.
That would be nice. Anything, I mean, are there any cars nowadays that have the manual track thing? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, a gated manual?
Yes.
No, I don't think they make any more gated manuals.
I love that.
Moran might know, but I don't think there's any gated manuals
That's
on the
what I
market
need
anymore.
help with.
I know. I haven't even driven a gated manual before.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty high end.
Speaking of Moran, he says the ID.4 looks like an angry hamster.
Angry hamster.
I love that, actually.
Yeah, I could see that. It kind of does. It kind of makes me
A really fat, angry hamster.
and maybe like an anime hamster or something like that.
Yep.
Cartoon. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point.
That's really funny.
I think its proportions it's a little more conventional than the Tesla. The Tesla looks like a computer mouse with it being just very sleek.
Apple computer mouse.
Yeah, whereas the Volkswagen still has a little bit of that SUV-ish back cut off.
Yeah.
Looks good. I like the wheels on the ID.4 too.
Nice.
Much better than the Tesla. What's up?
Paul is asking on your thoughts on the new Civic design. You should have another year or so to practice driving manual before the new Civic Si is out.
Yeah. We did a video. I've done a few videos on the Civic this week. I think it's bland.
Yeah.
I think it's mature and it looks nice, but I think it's
Conservative.
bland. It's conservative.
Yeah.
It's a very
Yeah.
unbold move from Honda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I
like it?
think I'm actually really disappointed because even though the previous redesign of the Civic did look really, you could say juvenile with its very sharp angles, its aggressive look, I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was like, oh, if I had the money, I would totally buy that car. I loved it, especially when it first came out, I think in 2017 with that redesign, 2016, something like that. I was like, because that was when I bought my Volkswagen, the Passat, and I was like, rats, I wish I could have bought the new Civic. I love that. And then they just redid it. You're probably not going to see a redesign like that aggressive look in a while because maybe they're going to take on this new conservative look. I think it looks like an Accord.
Yeah.
It's just a smaller Accord. If you wanted a Honda to look like that, you should have just bought that. They made the Civic look so unique to... I mean, it never looked like that before, and then they just changed it. So, I'm disappointed. Whatever.
Any more comments?
Yeah.
Okay.
After 5 years of ownership, do you think Tesla will hold its value better than the ID.4 and the Mach-E?
Oh,
Absolutely.
100%.
It's doing that now, and Tesla's been out for how long?
Oh, well, the Model Y's been out for a year, and the 3's been out for 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. And part of that is because Tesla kind of saves its owners by not drastically redesigning the cars very often. I mean, look at the Model S. It hasn't ever had a legitimate, serious facelift or refresh. It's been very subtle. So there's a good chance that in 5 years, the Model Y is still going to look mostly like this. And aside from some longer range and maybe a few extra features, it's not probably going to be that dramatically different. Whereas the Volkswagen ID.4 will probably already be dead by then, and they'll have 4 other electric vehicle models with much longer range. So yeah, Tesla has a desirability to it that other brands just don't have. The Mach-E might hold its value a little bit better, but Fords haven't been great for residuals.
Great.
Yeah.
What is the range on this, by the way?
250-ish.
Okay. All right. Very comparable.
Yeah, these are identical. That's what I said at the beginning of the video. If Tesla still made the standard range Model Y, there'd be no reason to buy the Volkswagen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. William says the Tesla rims aren't for me.
Yeah, but you can do this, Liz, if you take the camera.
Yeah.
You can always go... And then you got better looking wheels.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's always that option.
The reason for having these covers on is they're a little more aerodynamic. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
Hopefully that comes right off.
That's the other benefit of plastic covers is if you hit anything, then you're pretty much just damaging the plastic.
There you go. Cool.
Let's see, try to get these on without screen.
Perfect. Cool.
Well, I know we haven't gotten the donation amount, but how about we put you behind the wheel of the Volkswagen a little bit?
We can do that. Do you want this moved at all, or you're gonna leave it?
I'll just leave it.
Okay. Can we grab my phone?
Okay. I'll take the comments.
I need this. to open.
Oh, okay.
Ha.
Get popped in the V-dub here. Just curious to get Alyssa's thoughts behind the wheel, especially as the primary driver of the Tesla.
You know, oh, is it gotta be on?
I guess. Put your foot on the brake, yeah. You're good, it's on.
Oh.
Yeah.
It kept on beeping at me, so I didn't think it was.
Mm.
What? Okay.
Why is this function not available? Just, I guess, give me climate. It's not climate, it's climate.
So I said climate. Okay.
You do have these little armrests here, kind of like my Chrysler Town & Country. You can press this button and set it for what height you want. It's kind of neat. Time to get Alissa a beater manual for like $1,000 or less. Yeah?
Yeah, we definitely, I would love
It's not a bad idea.
We need to do that.
Although she probably wouldn't like driving it. Imagine in the future EV cars are fully intelligent and they suddenly wanted to change their mind and be rebellious. The future is interesting and scary. That is a good point. If you squint, ID.4 taillights look like the EQC taillights. Yeah, if Mercedes would ever get around to actually bringing the EQC here, which apparently they're not going to, so rip. Hey, with 2 Y's, says Hydro Plays. Long time. Is Hydro Plays someone? You're not Wide Putin, are you? If you are, reveal yourself. But if not, hey. Agreed on your take on the Civic. I like it, but not as a Civic. Bring back the EG hatch days. Exactly, Paul. That's what I'm saying.
Do I need to have my foot on the brake to put it in drive?
I don't know.
Please press
I guess you do.
brake pedal.
There's your answer. I'll turn the thing down now.
Alright, and then to put it into one pedal driving, it's just boom, boom.
It's just one more, yeah.
One
Because
more.
you're already in D. So.
I'm gonna try it traditional drive mode.
Okay.
And then switch over and see how that is.
Alright.
I want to be taller. I'm not as tall as I want to be in this, and I'm at full seat height.
I want to be taller.
I want to be taller. That's just not gonna happen.
You have to bring that up with your parents.
I have. The steering wheel is so wide, it's so large, but the material on it is so nice.
Yeah, I like how smooth and how it feels.
It is really smooth, and it's really I don't know, just crispy feeling.
Hydro Plays says, nope, last time I joined the stream when I was studying for a math test. Ah, well, welcome back, Hydro Plays. Glad to have you.
Kind of a cool name too.
I would definitely take a Mach-E over the Model Y. Interesting, Subix. I mean, and that's the thing is, I understand that. Like, I'm like, okay, it's a choice is a good thing. I understand that the Model Y is not for everyone. My mother, she said she'd rather have a Mach-E over the Model Y. I'm like, yeah, I get it. She preferred how it felt more traditional. But I would be surprised for many people, dollar for dollar, to say they would take this over a Mach-E or a Model Y.
There we go. I'm kind of disappointed with how this entire thing looks, the infotainment.
Mm-hmm.
We have a fly in here.
Phooey.
The screen is kind of nice. We've got a lot of buttons down here. Oh, I just did something. I don't know what I did. I'm driving, so whatever. I wish they went with something that was just more sleek, like the Tesla. If you're making an EV, and maybe they didn't want to be as close to a Tesla as possible because they wanted to be their own Volkswagen EV. But like, I would rather have a big giant screen in the front with everything on that. I do kind of like this little screen here though. That shows the speed limit sign in there, which is nice.
What is the one pedal drive like in this compared to the Mach-E and Tesla? Well, your purse is from flying, so that answers that question.
Tell them what
it's not nearly as good. The Tesla and the Ford, you can actually one pedal drive. You can pretty much, as long as you're not going like crazy driving, you can get away with not using the brake pedal. In this car, it's not. It won't come to a complete stop.
It won't.
On its own.
That's not a setting that you can adjust?
No, it's not. I already assumed that the Hyundai Ioniq and Kia EV are going to overtake the ID.4 and maybe even the Mach-E. I agree too. I think the Mach-E will exist as kind of the sportier option, like, ooh, I'm getting the Mach-E, like that's gonna be fun. And the ID.4 is gonna be better than this car in terms of just a daily driver. I would much trust Hyundai over Volkswagen with my daily driving needs for just reliability, not cheating, just general performance, all that stuff. The dealership experience, ironically enough. I still definitely like the look of the Mach-E more than the Model Y. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, the Model Y is not for everybody. The Tesla look is not for everybody. It's very particular.
Yeah. We were just pointing out earlier that there's this center pass-through-ish kind of front storage area, but they didn't put any sort of wall on it. So like I tried to put Alyssa's purse here, but then as soon as she takes a corner, like right there, it's starting to, no, it's okay. It'll start to slide out. So you can put some things there, but you gotta be careful because they could slide right over into your feet. Volkswagen trying to erase diesel. Okay.
These seats are actually really comfortable.
They're nice. We're gonna be doing a range test tomorrow, and we'll report back after being in the saddle for a few hours.
Yeah. Oh, should I go on the highway?
Only if you want to.
Okay. We haven't done that yet. Oh no, we have.
Yep.
Yeah, we did.
So if there's anything else you'd like to know about the ID.4, let us know. We're gonna get wrapping things up. What are your thoughts, Liz? Even though you've only been in it for a few minutes.
Only a few minutes. It is. I should compare this directly with just the Tesla too, right? Because that is what my daily driver is. So comparing it to that, there's a lot of just stuff going on in here. I've talked a little bit about this screen. I just think the screen looks almost like I don't want to be too mean, right? But this is what comes to mind. It looks like something that you'd buy your kid, like those type of tablets or an iPad or something that you'd buy your kid, and then you put it in that foam case. It reminds me of that. I don't know. It just
it is a bit juvenile.
It looks juvenile to me. I want something that's crisp and clean, sleek. I'm disappointed with how small this map is.
Well, you can click on it and make it full screen.
Oh. Okay. Well. Okay, that's a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think the interiors are kind of cool, but I'm not. I mean, initially this white steering wheel and the whole thing down here was really just very attractive to me, but it just grabbed my eye. But now after being in it, I'm kind of like, I'm not really sold on how it looks, how it makes me feel on the inside.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How does suspension feel when driving in bumpy roads? It's very good. It's very well damped. They got a good blend between a little bit sporty, but also better damped than the Tesla. The rebound damping is softer, and that's a good thing for daily driving at least.
I want to see, my foot is off the pedal, and we are still coasting, still going. I want to see how long it takes for it to stop.
It never will.
It never will stop.
No. I'm fairly certain. I mean, maybe it would eventually, but yeah, essentially no. Thanks for streaming. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Wes. William, thanks for the live drives. Absolutely doing the stereo reviews. We've got a new Jaguar one coming up tomorrow. Our first Jaguar ever.
Cool. Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Thepittsburgh Man says Teslas look weird to him. The only ones he likes were the Cybertruck and the Model X. Moran said he did hear the EQC is coming to the US, but they're just stuck in customs. So I hope so, man. I like Mercedes, so I would really like for them to do an EV and blow BMW and Audi out of the water, because the Audi e-tron was not super impressive. The e-tron was kind of like this. It was like, I get it, they had to do it, but the price just isn't right. I think there was one more that I wanted to get to. Oh, Subik said, I think Volkswagen's lane keeping system works best in traffic or at very low speeds. Maybe, but that's not really when you want the lane keeping system to work well. You want it to just be when you're chilling on old, like, country highways. It has a roomy cabin, but I don't like the whiteness of the steering wheel in contrast to the rest of the cabin and the whole dashboard.
Yep.
Interior looks like it was designed by Fisher Price, but for boomers.
Wow! Right on par with what I said. Maybe that was after I said that.
Can we see the power folding mirrors? Sure, Liz. You can also demonstrate how much of a learning curve there are to do the mirrors over
Before you do that,
there. Okay.
I tried to park.
Yeah.
Listen to the sound.
Yeah. It's not super. Here, let's turn this down for a second.
And I pressed it. I pressed it really quick, and it didn't put it in park.
Frustrating.
Yeah. And I kept on rolling. There's a cop right pulling onto this.
Huh.
Cool. All right. What now?
Fold the mirrors.
Where would I find that? Where would I? Is it over here?
No, yeah, like right there.
Here?
Yep.
This button?
Yep. Let's see. The thing is, it's not a button.
What? What? There's no guidance here.
Exactly. You have to rotate that around to.
That's what that is?
Yeah, and then. Yeah. And then. Push it maybe?
It does not
No.
push.
Okay. So maybe turn it to the other one now? Yeah.
Interesting.
So that's the mirrors folding.
I was trying to adjust, this is interesting, I was trying to adjust my side mirrors before I started driving, and I was pressing this L and the R over here because the L was lit up like that, and so I pressed it, and then I started moving this and adjusting my mirrors how I needed it, and then I pressed the R because I thought, okay, this is a button here, so naturally these should also be buttons here. Button. And then I was able to still adjust my right mirror. It's doing it right now. It's in the L is lit up, but having pressed this multiple times, I can still adjust the mirror over there.
Yeah, wait.
But the L is lit up.
That's so weird.
So I'm gonna turn it over to the R and light the R up. You guys see that?
Now can you press the L and do the L mirror?
Now let me see if I press the L multiple times.
No.
It does not do it. It still does right here. So, weird.
Right. Pittsburgh Man, what do we got up for next week? We have Kia Telluride. Already blanking. Kia Telluride.
M4?
Oh, Volkswagen S90
Interesting.
Recharge, which will be cool. And then on Friday, we're getting an M4 competition and a Chevy Corvette Z51.
Oh, another Corvette.
Yeah, taking it to the track.
Ooh, that's right. It's Memorial Day weekend. I always say that every time. Oh, that's right.
And, okay, you haven't seen the Pando sunroof. Sorry, we've had the panoramic sunroof closed because it's hot.
It is very hot.
It does open up, and unlike Tesla, you actually can close the dang thing. Nice. And then we have two types of cheapness, VW cheapness and normal cheapness. You are right. Somehow VW manages to hide its cheapness in German quality, which, you know, Tesla kind of does too. It's like cheap, but like deceivingly cheap.
Yeah. What is interesting though, I do like this button for that panoramic sunroof cover thing. I do, because it's that's it.
Slide it. I'd rather just click it, but whatever.
I like the way it feels on my finger.
I don't when my fingers are all sweaty.
Oh, well mine aren't right now, so maybe that's why I'm okay with it.
Impressive. Cool. Well, thank you all for coming along. Next week we got that Volvo. No, we're gonna do the Kia Telluride on Monday. When do we stream? Tuesdays. Kia Telluride, one of the best cars on the market today, and then later on in the week, probably the Volvo. I don't know what we're gonna do. By the way, you take an MDX or Q7? Probably the MDX. I think the Q7's a bit bland, and I don't like the new infotainment screen on the new Audis. Right Lane Hog, VW quality. Hey, Right Lane Hog, haven't seen you in a live stream for a while, so good to see you. And is it true that the ID.4 makes a sound when the car is moving very slow? Yeah.
Oh yes, we need to demonstrate that.
Sure, we'll do that and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, it's just, we were parking it last night after we were taking it home, and we were both just like, that is such a weird sound. So you guys listen up. Yeah. Look at those move. Those move.
one last demonstration. Hopefully our battery will hold out. I'm gonna do a 180-degree turn this way in this one, and then the same thing in the Tesla to show the turning radius.
Okay. Are you gonna go the same direction in the Tesla?
Maybe. No. That hit it.
Well, that would demonstrate it.
I'll try.
All right, let me get it.
Next we should go this way, and you should be able to see by how long it takes the car to do it.
Okay. Yeah, so I hope you guys can tell that that one is supposed to have a sharper turning radius.
I don't know how well you're able to demonstrate it, but
yeah,
very tight turning radius on the ID.4.
yeah, very tight.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed when you turned it on so that we could hear the sound that it made, the headlights move like eyeballs.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, a lot of cars have directional headlights.
I
It's
just
something
thought
Tesla does not
it
have.
looked cool.
It's cool to see it from the
Yeah.
outside, yeah.
Yeah, it actually caught my eye.
Neat. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next week with a Kia Telluride. Have a good weekend, everybody. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always,